What's up guys, Thomas back here. Welcome back to the channel. And today we're taking a look at the Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus. Alright guys, what can I say? It's been a long time coming. I've been rocking my Samsung phone for years now. This is my current and my daily driver. This is my Samsung Galaxy S4. Yes, S4. It does have a battery pack in the back here because the battery's so old. The battery life is just horrendous on this thing, but this is my current driver. Now I did purchase another phone after this, which was the Samsung Galaxy Note 7, and you know what happened there. Those got recalled. But there was no other phone in the market that really impressed me. Nothing Samsung or the other manufacturers impressed me with. So until this phone here came out, this is the S10. I did make a video a week ago when I was in Dubai on this phone here, but that was just a first look. Today, I actually picked this up and got my hands on it. So here it is. We're gonna open this thing up and see how it looks. I honestly haven't looked at it for the first time. I saw the technician actually activate the phone, but that's as far as what I saw. All right, so let's open this thing up and see what's in here. So here we go. Look at this, some manuals in here. That's pretty cool. First time seeing that. I don't know if that's usual to or normal to Samsung, but this little manual in here looks like a SIM ejection tool, which is common among cell phones now. So that's pretty cool. This does have expandable memory, so you can do that as well. But this is just not even an instruction manual, just how to get the most out of your phone. That's cool. And here's what we're looking for here. This is what we came here for, is this Samsung Galaxy S10. I keep thinking S9, but you know, S10. All right, looks pretty cool there, man. Let's take it out. All right, so here's your phone. Obviously, it's black. Haven't set up anything yet. No contacts, nothing. Just the phone from the store. So here's your headphones. Obviously, these are included. Tuned by AKG. I'm gonna try and get this out here. Looks pretty cool. These have been coming with the phones for the past couple of years. This looks like a cord, and I'm going to assume they're USB-C. I guess we can take it out. I got to use it eventually. All right. Yep, pretty standard cord, USB to USB-C. That's pretty cool. Here's your power brick, power adapter. Inside here, you just have a little dongle. Looks like USB to USB-C. So if you want to transfer files from the computer or from another phone, which I will be doing eventually. I don't know if I'll be doing it via USB-C or wirelessly, but that's the plan. All right, so here's your phone. Let's look on the outside of it. Let's talk about what's on the outside here. As far as first impression, I haven't held a large phone in a long time. This phone here is very small, but it's heavy because of the battery pack on here. But this thing here, it feels relatively light. So let's go around the phone here and see what we have here. On top here, all I can see, it looks like a SD card slot. Looks like a microphone as well on top here. On this side, this is the power button. It seems very high, even in comparison to my Note phone. On the other side here, you have a rocker. I'm guessing that's the volume up and down, and then this is your Bixby button. So that's pretty cool. A lot of people don't like Bixby. A lot of people use Google Assistant right now, but this can be remapped to use as another function, but you can't use it for another voice assistant, so that's out of the question. Around here, then you have, surprisingly, which is pretty cool, and I was actually surprised that they actually include a headphone jack. Most phones are going to USB-C, and it's a standard headphone jack, which is pretty cool. And this might be the last phone, maybe the Note 10, but this might be the last one with a headphone jack for you headphone purists there. Another thing I noticed here is that they have a screen protector on here, so I'll keep that on here. Don't have to pay for that, and that's pretty crucial or important to know because not all screen protectors are going to work with this phone because this does have a in-display fingerprint scanner here. So if you do have a glass screen protector, then it may or may not work. But besides that, down here you have the USB-C, which is the charging port, and then you have a speaker grill right here. On the rear you have triple cameras, which is pretty cool. Two 12 megapixel and one 16 megapixel camera. But pretty much you have, this is the big thing right now. These cameras are really competing with other phones out there in the market. But pretty much you have a standard lens, you have a telephoto, and then you have a wide lens. So the wide lens is what's really new to this phone right now. In the front you have dual cameras. This obviously they're trying to maximize the screen size on this phone here, on the chassis. And this has a 93% screen to body ratio, which is pretty cool. Hopefully we get to that point, we get to 100%. So you have your speaker up here. I think this is also working as a top speaker. Now we have stereo speakers, stereo sound. But back to the camera here, dual camera cutouts here in the screen. And from my understanding, it's one camera. The other one is just a depth sensor. So we'll play with that and see for sure. So let's take off the protective on the back here, the protective plastic on the back. That's off. And yeah, that thing is clean for sure. This screen is very impressive actually. All right, let's power this thing up. As we said, it's already on because they had to activate it at the store. And here we go. This is your screen here. I haven't even looked at this yet, but let's see if I can make it as bright as possible. And here's your screen. This is the default wallpaper on the phone. They call this the Infinity O display, or people call it the punch hole display, which is pretty cool. That's amazing because most screens, they have either a notch, which is easy to manufacture, but to have actual hole in the display is really difficult. So I haven't gone through anything on this phone yet, but first impressions, I'm pretty wowed. It looks pretty good. Hopefully there's no incidental or accidental press with the edge display here. It looks a little weird. They look pretty large, but I think this is what they're going with the new UI here, the skin over the Google interface right here. So yeah, it looks pretty good. I'll just have to get used to it. Put all my data in here. But let's go to the camera here. I just tapped on it, and what do you think? That's pretty good. Let's take a picture of my setup right here. I'm in just the living room here. Pretty junky. And then yeah, you can zoom in and they go straight to the other lens. Can you see that? Looks pretty awesome. Let's see here if you can take a picture. All right, not a bad picture. That looks relatively clear. I'm also impressed with the back being so flat. Usually these cameras have like a little raised portion right here, and not the case in this one. Let's look at the selfie camera. Wow, that's pretty clear. That's pretty cool. And you can go wider. Yeah, it's a little bit wider. Cool. So that's pretty awesome. Not a bad looking screen by any means. And I just reviewed the OnePlus 6T, and that was a pretty amazing screen too, but this is almost like a whole new level as far as the experience. So that's cool. We're gonna do some further tests with the camera in the future. Let's, okay, we can go to YouTube here. I was gonna say I didn't have any data on this phone yet, but it is already swapped over. All right, so this is the YouTube experience right here, so you can see what it looks like. The hole puncher is here. It doesn't seem too intrusive. It's actually in the top of the notification center on the top right. So, you know, maybe the S10e might be a better option if this is bothering you, because that's a little bit smaller of a hole, but this doesn't seem too bad. So here's what it looks like when you have the full screen watching the video. Looks pretty good. Pretty cool. Let's put the volume up to see how this sounds. Okay, the OnePlus 6T has been out for... Not bad. So yeah, it is stereo speakers. Okay, so that's pretty awesome. Yeah. So yeah, wow. All right, so far this looks pretty good. Let's try to do the fingerprint scanner. So I'm gonna try to set that up here. This phone does have the the ultrasonic in-display fingerprint scanner, which is pretty cool. The OnePlus 6T has that as well, but that's an optical fingerprint scanner, and that works relatively well. You know, at first it's very iffy, you know, but it does learn your finger and it gets faster as you use it. So if I go to settings here and see if I can find that, accounts, biometrics, and security, that's where it's going to be under fingerprint, add fingerprints. All right, so I'm going to do that, continue. Let's go a little bit to this side so you guys can see it. Hopefully it registers. 14%, 19%. All right, so it says fingerprint added. So if I lock this phone right now, put it off. So now when I unlock the phone, I should be able to just press that there, and wow, that was pretty fast. I'm gonna press. You see that? That was relatively quick. Let's see if I can also do a little facial recognition as well. Face recognition, so that's what it's called. Let's do that. All right, if you wear glasses for most of the time, so it says if you wear glasses most of the time, put them on for best results. Yes, so I wear glasses. Let's put that bad boy on. Glasses on, and continue. Wow, holy crap, that's fast. I barely. There you go. Wow, so now it says take off your glasses to continue registration. Holy crap, that was fast, man. So here we go. Pretty quick. Let's see one more time. Not bad. So yeah, this thing is pretty cool. I'll have time to play with it. I'll put all of my information in here. But as far as the hardware and the specs, it's pretty great. So I'll put the specs on the screen right now. This is the 3G, 4G model. There's a 5G model coming out pretty soon. But this is the 128 gig version. This one does have the 4100 milliamp battery, as I said before. But this does have the Qualcomm 855 processor. This is the newest one. So that should be really good on battery as well as processing power as well. Talked about the cameras, 3 in the back, 2 in the front, although this one is a depth sensor as well. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you have any questions about this phone or anything you want to see about the phone or any comparisons, leave them down below and I'll address those as soon as possible. And if you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing to the channel. I appreciate that, and that means the world to me. So until next time, peace! This thing is awesome. Look at this thing for comparisons. Ridiculous.